All right, everybody, welcome back. Part two of the podcast we did earlier. Conscious of self versus knowledge of self. We seem to have a controversy here, and some brothers want to challenge me on this knowledge. I am more than up to the task. Gangster talk up next. Dame hit it.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting cream for the 9 bro. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. Shoot the game going for fine. Alright. And this is the year when mad cats get peeled. So I'ma spark this line, kick the real.
Bang them out.
With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for this ghetto pro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low, listen, motherfucker, thing. I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, coke is cooking, juice is cotton. But that's some shit, I'm playing as you now stick in the pit. In 94, Giuliani put down the door. In 94, niggas quit to stay alive. Peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, and flow in the half. Ready in the glass, off the boom, then I blast. They wanna confine me, sneak up from behind me. Tapping my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't want to see that. They rather see it spray. But I'm like Diddy, a Terminator, squeeze the lead off. Using birds and nouns like rounds to blow your head off. Hitting up spots, heating up blocks. Investing in stocks like Colombian blood crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine. I hear you wanna be a player. I ain't someplace you left. Let's play a game of real nigga roulette. With this a DOA as I spray the melee. Content and punctuation is compared to AK. You in the J. Overdose for pure funk. I'm fucking off like Tommy Gay. My karma's a boot smoke. Decapitated rappers in my trunk. I'm sick, pumping skunk, bouncing with my click, popping mega jump. I'm getting back while these clowns be zigzagging. Once you talk about plenty keys, come on, you're nickel bagging. I'm blasting off wings and making dollars believe it. You see, I was packing heaters when jokers was banging cheerleaders. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same in the rap game. I'm known for banging rookies out the frame. Y'all done forgot who was the pimp from the start. Sipping vintage wine, eating a la carte. I'm phenomenal from the abdominal. Far from comical lyrics that stick in the brains like particles. Never sleep. I'm bringing the drama to the street with techniques and rolling in flicks. Ain't nothing sweet about the street, so I'm poetically ill. I'm pure like cook up and lyrics shine like fish scale. I got the banger at your throat and you ain't showing no signs. K-Dep, let them know I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down
All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Gangsta Talk, part two of consciousness of self versus knowledge of self. Now, this started a couple of podcasts ago with my man Kendall Rowland when I talked about how knowledge of self is nothing but a wild goose chase. And he took exception to that and wanted me to expound further. And then, there was a comment from my brother Hassan Burton. And so on the strength of my brother here, I wanted to come out and do a whole entire show on what it is that I'm talking about to clarify where I'm coming from and how we've been duped as black people and how we are still being duped constantly by these new faces of white supremacy, these new race soldiers who happen to look just like you and I. That filthy conscious community with these fake Tennessee tuxedo hotep higher consciousness niggas are fucking black people up and feeding you bad information and having you running around here like a chicken with his head cut off. So let's start with knowledge of self. You see, knowledge of self is something that is intimate, directly to who you are. If I want to get real technical, I'll tell you that your knowledge of self starts with your mother. If somebody asks you who you are and where you come from, well, who I am is my mother's son, and that's where I come from. That's your direct knowledge of self right there. It goes no further than that. We can stop right there. But I understand that goes over the head of a lot of these hotep, fake-ass, conscious niggas because they into this pseudo bullshit, this mathematics, 5% nation, and all this bullshit. Let me explain something to you. When you do stuff like that, when you talk like that, it's because you have nothing of value. You have nothing of value to protect. You've created nothing of value. You've built nothing of value. You have no power. And so because you're powerless, you're trying to find other avenues. You're trying to find other outlets to be relevant in this world. Because as of right now, in the grand scheme of things, in the real world, you do not count. You are considered childlike and harmless. No one is afraid of you. No one is afraid of what you're going to do because they view us as childlike in the mind. And so they're just going to use us for their own personal benefits and gain. And guess what? You're not going to do anything about it. You're going to actually go along with being used because that is the way you've been taught. And that is the way your mind, your current state of mind is right now. And what's helping with your state of mind stay that way is a lot of these phony ass scholars, online scholars, with all of this Hotep, Egypt, and Kemet nonsense. And it's 5% nation bullshit. And it's fucking funky ass knowledge of self. You're not going to find knowledge of self in Africa because you weren't born in Africa. Your origin is here in America. You have no origin in Africa. Your ancestors do. Your ancestors can go to Africa and find knowledge of self. You cannot. So thinking that you can is a wild goose chase. And while you're chasing that goose that you're never going to catch, guess what you're not doing here where you were born? You're not producing anything. You're not making anything worthwhile. You're not teaching your children anything that they can use to get ahead in this world. You're not doing anything. You're not doing right by your woman. You're not taking care of your kids. Because you're chasing some phantom information that you are never going to find. What you're going to find is the knowledge of the people who were born there. I said this earlier. Our ancestors' history isn't our history. That is their history. Stop trying to attach yourself to their history. You do not belong in their history. That is their history. Our history is here in this country. Now, I understand a lot of you don't like that, and you don't want to hear that because you're pissed off at white supremacy, and I get all of that. We got Sambos, we got Coons, we got the conscious community, new faces of white supremacy. I get all of that, and you don't want to identify with anything in this country. But I hate to break the news to you. This is your country. This is where you was born. Your origin is here. Your knowledge of self is here. Now, the consciousness part of you, the conscious self, right, is taught that you are a part of a people that come from Africa. You are of African descent. That is the conscious part of who you are. Like I spoke earlier about the Nigerians, I used the Nigerians and the Ghanaians as an example. They both have different knowledges of self. The Ghanaian does not have the same knowledge of self as the Nigerian, but they both are conscious of who they are. They both are conscious that they are African. They are conscious that they are African, but they are also Nigerian and Ghanaian. And so we can call this place whatever we want. We can call it a death trap. We can call it the United States of Kill America, whatever you want to call it. I get all that. Trust me, I do. But this is your country. Africa is not your country. Africa is the country of our ancestors, or the continent of our ancestors. That is where they come from. We do not come from Africa. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not a descendant of them and we're not related. That doesn't mean that they're not our people. Sure, they are our people, but we are not African. If you talk to Africans, they don't even identify us as African. They call us Black Americans. What does that tell you? That you're not African. So where is your knowledge of self? If the Africans are telling you that you are not African and they are identifying you as a Black American, then what does that tell you about knowledge of yourself? They are telling you that your origin and the knowledge of yourself is in your country. Yes, we are related. Yes, you are my long lost brothers and sisters, but you are not African. You are not Ghanaian. You are not Gambian. You are not Nigerian. You are not from Senegal, Papua New Guinea, all these other places in Africa. You are not a Western African. If you were not born there, you are not them. And let me explain something to you. This silly shit about mathematics, the science and the mathematics of the day. See, you can tell unproductive niggas by the way they talk. See, niggas who ain't about shit, that's constantly running around here doing nothing, deadbeat dads, that's the way they sound. They dressed up in kufis, wearing unks and shit, got these fucking beards, these hijabs, these Indian head wraps. Not from India, but you wearing a fucking Indian head wrap. Not from fucking, you're not from the Middle East, but you're wearing a hijab. You understand? These niggas who are unproductive, who are deadbeat dads, they're walking around here talking about the science of the day and the mathematics and all this other bullshit. Now, you'll fuck them up if you ask them what the fucking mathematics mean. Okay, my man, the mathematics of the day, okay. Yo, man, what up, Ratu, Rasu, Ramen Ra? Ramen Ra? Wait a minute. I do know about the god Ra. Does he have his own brand of ramen noodles now? Ramen Ra? Yeah, man, my name is Hotep Ramen Ra the Third. All right, Ramen Ra. What's going on? Man, the mathematics of the day, my brother. All right. What's the mathematics of the day? The mathematics of the day is have knowledge of self. All right. Uh, what is that supposed to mean? Well, the mathematics of knowledge of self means know who you are, know where you come from. All right. I already know that. Did you know the mathematics of the day, my brother? Wait a minute. Shouldn't mathematics have numbers in it? It all depends on how you interpret it, my brother. How I interpret it, okay? What if I interpret it to have numbers? That's on you, my brother. That's your prerogative. But the mathematics doesn't change. It doesn't? No, it doesn't. The mathematics stays the same. So numbers stay the same. Okay, well, what does your mathematics produce? What is the answer to your mathematics? There is no answer, my brother. It's just knowledge of self. You know, I've never heard of mathematics not producing an answer. I don't understand. What kind of mathematics that doesn't produce an answer? What is that? What mathematics is that? It's the mathematics of knowledge of self of our ancestors. Okay, see, these non-fake, these fake hotep, fake ass pyramid chasing motherfuckers. Fake metanetta, fake Rosetta Stone, fake coffin text, fucking bullshit ass artist niggas. Talking that bullshit. That's how you can tell that they are not productive. Because nothing but bullshit. See, when a nigga ain't productive, all he got left is bullshit. If he ain't out here trying to make something, if he ain't out here trying to get his shit together, if he not on that real shit, trying to overturn every goddamn stone to become productive, then the next thing he have is a bunch of bullshit. He turns into one of these fake ass fucking Indian head wrap, fucking wearing pyramid chasing motherfuckers. And all these niggas say the same shit, man. We built the pyramids. Man, we built the pyramids. We built the pyramid. Nigga, we, as in Black Americans, haven't built shit. You haven't built shit. What's with all of this we? We haven't built shit. Our ancestors built the pyramids. Stop trying to steal their history. I know they have an illustrious history. I know our ancestors' history is absolutely amazing. Africa is unbelievable. I understand all of that. But it isn't your history. It is the history of our glorious ancestors. Stop trying to attach yourself to something you do not belong to. Your history is in this country. Now, you can sit up here and you know, act like it's some kind of sugar-coated topping understanding all you want. You ain't got to like it. And I understand why you don't like it. I get all of that. But it doesn't change the fact that your history is in this country. And if you were half of what your ancestors were, you wouldn't be in this situation. Your ancestors would accomplish great things. If you were half of what they were, you would have your own architecture. Exactly, Bill. You niggas, a lot of you niggas don't even own a tool belt. You run right here talking about some we. We who? Now, let me tell you something about a higher state of consciousness. Another thing you niggas don't understand. Because y'all got it all fucked up. Y'all think a higher state of consciousness is some fucking Milky Way shit. You supposed to float up into another goddamn plane and live on a totally new existence by yourself. Seriously, some niggas think that, okay, when I go to a higher state of consciousness, I'm going to go to another plane above human beings. And I'll be the only one there thinking the way I do. That's what some of these motherfuckers think.
Okay. Seem to have a little bit of a technical difficulty. Can y'all hear me now? Okay.
Yeah,
Nintendo ramen noodles is life for them. Oh, you want to say something, Abner?
you were saying, can we hear you? And I say, yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, a lot of them is floating. They so spiritual, so conscious, so conscious that they know earthly good. They floating above the stratosphere, and they're good for nobody. And that's what a lot of them are doing. They think by floating in the stratosphere and in their consciousness that they're doing something for their community. You know, they're just taking another man out of the community that could be helping build the community, fix the community, mentor, you know, help the community out because all y'all doing is nothing. There's no action behind it. Y'all no good. Y'all no good to nobody. Okay. And so, oh yes, Gates that hanging with Elroy Jetson. Shoots. Yeah, so them floating around in space ain't doing any good. You try to get ask them what they doing in the community, they stump.
Oh, sorry, I think he also is having a technical connection.
Yeah, yeah. Do y'all have problems with these in your country with these men who are about consciousness and spirituality, but they don't actually do anything? Avana?
Yes, yes. You said, please, can you repeat the question again?
Oh, I said, do y'all have men in your community like that? They're all about spirituality and consciousness, but they don't do anything. You know,
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
I'm back.
Yes. Okay.
I'm sorry, ladies, I'm back. Okay. And so, yeah, and so getting back to the higher state of consciousness, you guys think that is some fucking, you know, some new fucking dimension that you're supposed to miraculously ascend to. Nigga, you can't even do something as basic as take care of your kids. What the fuck makes you think you're getting ready to go to another dimension? You can't even handle taking care of your fucking kids. How the hell are you gonna handle mentally going to another fucking dimension? Or to another plane of existence? or a higher state of consciousness, as you call it. Nigga, you're, you can't even get on the so-called low state of consciousness to take care of your damn seeds. So what the fuck you doing walking around here talking about you going to a higher state of consciousness? When you can't even do something as basic as take care of your fucking child. Nigga can't even make a child support payment talking about you going to a higher state of consciousness. You see why nobody takes us seriously? You see why they think we're a fucking joke? You see why they think that black men have a childlike mentality? You can't make a child support payment. You're arguing and fighting tooth and nail about that. You can't take care of your fucking kids. You can't do right by your fucking woman. You don't produce shit, but yet you go into a higher state of consciousness. And we supposed to believe that. We supposed to be on some old shit. Hotep and them going to a higher state of consciousness. Yo, man, what happened to Billy? Hey, man, Billy done transformed. He went to a higher state of consciousness. Really? Yeah. His name is Illy now. Illy? Yeah, it's no longer Billy, because when you go to a higher state of consciousness, you lose one of the letters in your name. Oh, okay. Wow. I didn't know that. Yeah. So if your name was James and you went to a higher state of consciousness, on that higher state of consciousness, your name would be Ames, not James, Ames. Okay. All right. Well, works for me. Well, here's the thing. Your higher state of consciousness, and the reason why you can't reach it, because you don't know what it is. It's actually right in front of your face. You're abusing it all the time. You're saying that it doesn't bring nothing to the table. You're saying that it doesn't deserve protection. Are you starting to get the hint on what your higher state of consciousness is? Let me say it one more time. Your higher state of consciousness is right in your face, but you won't protect it. You won't treat it right. See, let me explain something to you. Women, our black women, are extremely cerebral, highly, highly intelligent. You have to be a very you have to be capable of serious intellect to bring a child into this world. You have to have a high capacity for intellect, right? You have to be very cerebral because your brain has to figure out all these different functions in your body in order for you to live, just to bring a child into this world. So our women are really on another level intellectually. They're very, very cerebral. They see things that we don't see. See, they are a higher state of consciousness to us. They have more brain power than we do. They have more brain cells than we do. All this can be scientifically proven. See, here's the issue, though. You can't connect with that higher state of consciousness because you keep rebelling against that higher state of consciousness. You won't accept that higher state of consciousness. See, you are jealous of that higher state of consciousness. Instead of connecting with that higher state of consciousness so you can be a better man, you're rejecting it. And here's another thing too, right? Why do you think men call women their better half? There's a reason why men call women their better half. Now, you corny ass niggas, you weak ass, punk ass niggas, crybaby, bootlicking niggas, right? You fucking pyramid chasers. Y'all get pissed off talking about a woman is your better half. No, she ain't. Dad, she ain't no better half than. Okay, really? Well, let me explain something to you. How good are you without her? Answer that question when you come up here and try to challenge me. Tell me how good you are without her. And tell me how much better you would be with her. See, if you're being honest, right? If we're being honest about reality, when a woman enters our life gets better. And for those, your life get worse. That's because of you, because you see, you don't treat her right. If she comes into your life and your life gets worse, it's because you're mistreating her. You are abusing her somehow. See, when a woman comes into your life gets better. All of a sudden, things get brighter. See, that's one of the reasons why men call women their better half. They bring all of these things with them, all of these tangibles and intangibles with them that pretty much lights up your entire life. And they are also a protector of you, even though you're supposed to protect them. Yes, you protect them physically, but they protect you emotionally and mentally. They're like guardians to our mental and our emotions. You see, you're supposed to have a salubrious environment already prepared for your wife to be. So when she comes into that environment and she sets up the nest, right? She automatically goes on duty and starts improving things, start adding things, start looking out here left and right, telling you what's what, what's it, oh, honey, watch out for this, watch out for that. That's what she does. She's your better half. She's there to make things better. She's there to watch out for you because now her nest is there, right? So you're supposed to have a salubrious environment for your wife to really be herself in. But many of you don't have that, right? What you have are environments of stress. And let's start to identify environments of stress. An apartment is an environment of stress. You know why? Because you have a 30-day time limit. Even if you have a 1-year lease, you pay 30 days at a time. That's a stressful environment. That's not a salubrious environment. Your woman cannot nest in an environment that you have to pay every 30 days to live there. Too much can happen, too much can go wrong, and next thing you know, you're on the street when you and all of your jollies are on the street. Your children, your woman are on the street. Y'all riding around in your car like Puerto Ricans with a whole bunch of stuff in the car trying to find some place to stay. That's not a salubrious environment. That's a stressful environment. And then here's another thing too, right? Living home with your mama and bringing your girl in, living in the basement on some Forrest Gump shit, that's a stressful environment as well. You got to understand something. You got two alpha women now in one vicinity. Your mother is alpha because she's your mother. She's the original alpha because she's your mother, right? And that's her home. So she's the original alpha. Now you're bringing another alpha. You're bringing in your wife. She's an alpha too because she's your wife. I got news for you. Two alpha women can't really exist together. There's going to be a problem because one wants things done her way, and the other one wants things done her way, and neither one of them are going to yield, and that's going to cause serious problems. Then you're going to get that your mother telling you behind your back, "I can't trust you. You need to get rid of her. Why did you marry such a woman like that?" And then in your other ear, your wife wants some, yo, your mom's, I can't live like this. Your mom this and your mom that. And guess what? Both of them are talking to you. You know why? Because it's your damn fault. You shouldn't be living with your mama for one, and two, you should have never brought your woman there. You dumbass nigga. What the fuck did you think was gonna happen? You'd have been better off renting a goddamn hotel room and taking your wife there, or renting a fucking room or something, some small ass a fucking apartment, and take it rather than bringing her to where you live with your mama. And you niggas are too old for this mama shit. Yeah, you're right, brother. Yeah, man. A lot of times y'all moving in with your girl. I'm gonna tell you something, man. You in a lot of motherfucking trouble if you moving in with your girl's mama, nigga. You done. You done lost your damn mind. You ain't gonna have no pull in that house. You can forget about it. You a dumbass if you moving into your girl's house with her mama. She living there with her mama and you moving in. You done lost your motherfucking mind. They're about to use your dumbass for target practice. They're about to beat your ass like one of them goddamn crash dummies. You don't never move in with a woman and her mother. If you do, your ass better sleep on the fucking porch where it's cold and shit so you can be reminded to get your ass up and go find a place to stay. So anyway, your woman is your highest state of consciousness. Oh, what's that you said, Max? A woman is a high state of consciousness. Yes, she is. I know y'all can't fucking understand that because, you know, you got such a feeble, you Hotep niggas got such a feeble fucking way of looking at shit. But understand something, brother. Let me break it down to you. Everything in this world is made for a female. Every resource, even the attempts to right now, where people are trying to find a fountain of youth, all that because they want women to live longer. If you don't believe me, let's take away all the women for 1 second. How valuable are your resources now? What sense does your resources make without women? I'd like to see one of y'all make an argument about what kind of sense does it make to have resources with no women? What are you going to use them for? You have no women. Women, what you guys don't want to understand, you don't want to admit, is that women give us purpose. They give us purpose. Without them, we have no purpose. We're just wandering around. We will become a bunch of peripatetic individuals with no rhyme or reason. We have nothing to really live for. We have nothing to pursue. We have nothing to go that extra mile for. There are no women here. When women enter the game, everything gets turned up. Now you want to go that extra mile. You want to work a little harder. You want to put in that extra 5 hours at the job. You want to jog a little more. You want to do an extra push-up. You want to put baby oil on your fucking arms, trying to make you seem like your arms are bigger than what they really are. And you want to walk around with a t-shirt 2 sizes too small with baby oil arms, trying to impress the ladies. Nigga walking around trying to look swole. What are you doing that for? To impress the ladies. Without the ladies, there is no reason to life. Do you understand that? Hassan, do you think they understand that? Without women, there is no reason to life. There is no meaning to life without women, nigga. So now we're about to get real funky, right? Because I can hear you punk motherfuckers now saying, well, what about no men? There's no reason to life if there's no men. Pump your brakes, hustler. Pump your brakes. What if we can produce science that women are really asexual and that it's been suppressed only because you're here? And where do you come from? So imagine this. What happens if all of the men disappeared? You think the women would die out? No, they would just produce more men. What? Yep, they would just produce more men. Oh, we have science to prove it, bro. Look up a black scientist named Dr. Dilbert Blair. Dilbert Blair. There's plenty of science that suggests that the woman is asexual. And that she can produce kids on her own if the situation presents itself. But she's not in that situation anymore. Such a situation would be if there was a massive death of all men on the planet and there was nothing but women left. They would get to a point. They would evolve to a point, right, to where they can have children on their own. They've done it before. How do you think you got here? You think that there was a man here first? No. Women were here first. Everything in the universe, right, is feminine energy. Everything in the universe is life-giving energy. That's feminine energy. Feminine energy is life-giving energy. Trust me, they can produce, but they don't need to. You see, you have to understand something. When the scientists who've done this research tell you that the black woman is a god, that's what they absolutely mean. A god is everlasting and doesn't die. So you say, well, what is a god? So you've been taught this mythical shit, right? All this fucking Hercules shit and Zeus shit, right? But you see, a god is sustaining that species forever. So women will be here forever. They will never die. There will always be women. If there are no men, there will be women. Hold on one second.
All right. Oh yeah, I've been wondering about that. If them so-called false pregnancies that they can fool a pregnancy test, maybe they weren't false pregnancy. They might have been a regular pregnancy that just got lost. That yeah. Let's see. I just learned California was named after a black woman, and there was a lot of Amazon women who were empowered during that time. Okay, sure. 'Cause I just learned Los Angeles was founded by black Mexican, but we're getting off track here. Um, yeah. Well, there goes the argument that men is the seed. I always kept telling them fools is the child. Child is the seed, not not this man's sperm. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So so if all the men are gone, all the testosterone that we surrounded by is gone. Um, the body eventually will create a pregnancy, a child. It'll be girl, and then over time there'll be another male, and then it'll start all over again. Well, okay. Oh, that's interesting. The Amazon women will get in a circle, go in a trance, and somehow create female children with no men. That's what I heard. If you go by scripture, then they're not being accurate. If Cain and Abel were brothers, but Cain was Satan's son, then they were brothers on their mother's side, you see. Wait a minute, where I ain't hear nothing about okay. I don't think when they said Satan's son, they mean biologically his son. That means that he had evil in his heart. Um but would explain where they would find other females who weren't their sisters. Oh, but you got to remember when Cain was born, um, Eve said, "I have produced a man." That's what his name meant. That she produced a man, or she birthed a man, something like that. Okay, women carry the seed in her ovaries, men's sperms the fertilizer, woman's womb is the incubator for birth. Yeah, so she definitely gave birth. So I'm assuming that in order that maybe before she just gave birth to daughters. They didn't we that's the thing, we don't know. Could have been she gave birth to daughters, and then when she gave birth to Cain, I guess she would know if he was created when she slept with their dad or not. But hey, we can all kind of speculate. I can make up all kind of story. Since they were long lived at that time, it could have been possible that she gave birth nothing to daughters until Cain came along. The way it made it sound, okay, that she would want her husband. That was her supposedly curse. Yeah, a long time ago, it used the subconscious mind to create that whatever you wanted. Or it could have been that when she birthed the Cain, she knew he was gonna need a partner, and sometime in the future, she birthed without um, using Adam to give birth to his wife or whatever. But they were traveling, so who knows? Maybe somewhere else she birthed a daughter. But as I said, they were long. They were longer. They lived long before they died. They didn't live the typical 80 years or 100 years. Let me see. Methuselah was what, 300, almost 400. So, and they lived longer than Methuselah. So, hey, because if you go there, show so and so lived so many years and he begat this person, and so lived this many years and he begat this person. But they didn't say he stopped begatting. They just said when his first, well, they said son, he begat this person and begat that person and begat this person. And then God chose for them not to be as long lived. And that's when they start going down to the hundreds instead of the multiple hundreds. A single hundred, was it 150, 130? But I don't think they quite made it to the 200 years. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay, I didn't get that far in Enoch. So, all right, I'll take your word for it, Auntie. Yours and Max, but I ain't got that far in Enoch yet, so I don't know. Methuselah was 969. I thought it was 499. Oh, well, I'm going to have to go back and look. But either way, that gives you kind of an indication of how long lived they were. And they could have been producing children since they were kicked out. Yeah, yeah. Not to mention, we hadn't tampered with the earth and destroyed the environment so that foods are no longer healthy, waters are no longer healthy, all these diseases weren't out and about then. Mm-hmm. All right, but all right. Those would be questions that would be answered in the hereafter. Okay. Oh, you're not sure? You Google it. Okay. Yeah, because I didn't think it was 900, but I know it was quite high up. You were right. You was right. Oh, okay. It was 969. Yeah, yeah. Wait a minute. Let me do something real quick. I'm just assuming something. Yeah, he dropped off. I'm so used to him bouncing back. You ain't read the Bible in 25 years? Oh, you really do? Okay. My theory about the long lived, they were traveling across the earth and that they could have settled in a place for a while, had some children, they grew up, move along. Had some children, they grew up, move along. Had some children, they grew up, move along. Yeah, there's no mention of where was there was no mention of where Adam and Eve when Cain killed Abel. The only time we hear after that is they had another son, Set. Well, I always had these theories, but they always were like theories and stories in my mind because I have no evidence of. I go with little evidence I can pick up in the Bible and I put in a possibility. But I ain't saying they facts or anything. But as I said, Auntie, only got from the Bible, and I ain't got that far in the Book of Enoch, and I sure hadn't read the Catholic Bible. Shoot, I didn't know there was a Catholic Bible until um, um, one of my great aunts who's Catholic gave me um, a rosary with a little prayer Bible, and I remember wanting to go to catechisms with my cousins. I know what catechism was, but all my cousins were there, so I wanted to go. Okay. Well, that's why I'm telling Auntie and Max, okay, I'm gonna go with your word for right now, because I ain't got that far in the book. hmm Okay. All right. Um, don't know what is. Oh, let me see. They talking about the book of Enoch, and I think the Apocrypha. But wait a minute, were we on this when we started this, or did we just wander into that? Oh, we was back into, yeah, that women could are asexual, and that they can produce children without a man. Oh yeah, I know why. Because I was starting to go biblical about Eve. I mean, not Eve. Mary. Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay, my bad. No, 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 no. We gotta kind of stay on topic. Um, Catechism it is. I was raised Catholic and moved away from it. A lot of them did. Yeah, we have in my church a lot of Catholic, um, but they more read. I guess because um, they were taught they weren't taught the Bible or scriptures or even uh, encouraged to read the Bible. What they were taught doctrine. Yeah, they were taught doctrine, but as they come to read the Bible themselves, they got away from the Catholic doctrine. In some fact, the ones that join our church are better read and better informed and studied than the Baptists who've been Baptists all their life. So so I'm not knocking any Catholics. I guess because we always been told study, read the book for yourself, but we got a whole bunch of people who are more comfortable. Oh, well, the pastor tell me and stuff like that. He ought to know and stuff like that. Just like some people, they never question their doctor. I've seen pastors that would love for the congregation to ask questions to come to them with questions, to inform them of anything that's incorrect and stuff like that. But they need to know what they don't know, you know. Um, and we'll have classes. Oh my goodness, um, um, for it, and I'm constantly amazed. Okay, the I guess you could say our particular regional baptism, they'll have classes on either particular books in the Bible, particular things in the Bible, and they're wonderful classes. And you can ask questions in these classes and talk back and forth, and they encourage it. But there's only like a handful that go. And our church put money to encourage that every year. And there's only a handful. Once I discovered about the classes, and I discovered that as I was chaperoning some kids to their thing. And it was like, okay, the kids are all off in their classes. Why don't you join one of the adult classes? And I was like, okay, let's see what they got in the adult classes. And I joined one, and I went every year since. I couldn't wait to go. But we got some of them that been around for years. We got some of them that's new. I guess because the classes are during the week and everybody is working. But I tried to encourage them, go, get the classes. You got any questions? Ask the questions. You have not just your pastor, but a whole slew of pastors. I've taken some of the classes, the same lesson, same subject matter, but different pastors teaching it because you get a slightly different aspect. It's the same way like reading the Bible, which you read when you were younger, and then you go back again, and you see different aspects of the Bible, or you see things that you missed before. Same thing with the classes, mainly because half the time I have to leave out for the last day because the kids, their involvement, I either never end up being there for the end of the class. Yeah. And I have my tablet, I have my questions, the syllabus, my Bible. But anyway, let me pull back. Okay, we're not here to get into the Bible and religion, but Okay, basically, in religion, we're Catholic by default, no matter the denomination. Uh huh. Okay, so much they left out of scripture on purpose. Now people can find the truth. All right. Yeah. Okay. Back on topic. Okay. Um. Okay. Now, Max a little bit know about. Oh, okay. Know more about the women or asexual denial. Oh,
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm back. Yeah, I'm back, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know me. I'll be working, and this. When you have your own business, man, business never stop. Where was I? I was talking about the black woman being the highest state of consciousness that black men need to connect to, and that if women were without men in this world, they would find a way. They will revert and find a way to reproduce. Their bodies will find a way to reproduce men. Men don't have that capabilities. Like I said, look up Dr. Dilbert Blair when he talked about the black woman as God. You see, y'all think this science is bullshit. This science is real. When they say the black woman is a God, they truly mean a God. This is a being that's going to live on forever. Yeah, she may die in her earthly forms or whatever, but as far as who she is, the essence of who she is, it's never going to die. It's going to live on forever and ever and ever and ever. There are always going to be females everywhere, all throughout the universe. They are never going away. They're never going to, the female energy will never, ever die. There will always be women because women, they are life itself. They are the ones who give life. They bring life. And we're going to do a show on, we're going to settle this once and for all. We're going to bring receipts on who determines the sex of the baby. Okay? I'm gonna come out and clobber a few niggas over the head with that. We're gonna have some serious receipts on that, and we're gonna figure and we're gonna settle this shit once and for all. But I give you a heads up: the father definitely doesn't determine the sex of the child, but we'll find out how and why and what determines the sex of the child. And we're gonna tell you how it determines the sex of the child. Okay, but it's definitely not the father. It's some more pseudo bullshit hotep science. The thing about it is, the guys who are spewing this shit, these are your non-productive niggas. They're the ones running around here with nothing to do, arguing and fighting about child support, asking women what the fuck they bring to the table. You see, when a man is asking a woman what she brings to the table, he's trying to take the attention off the fact that he is non-productive. See, when a man is proud and productive and producing, he steps to the woman proudly. Hey, how you doing? My name is such and such. You know, I own a mansion and a yacht. I got a business. I do this. I work, either I have a business or I have a very good job over here. I work here, whatever. See, this is a proud man. He's producing. He has resources. He doesn't come to a woman talking about something. What do you bring to the table? The reason why I need you to tell me what you bring to the table, because I don't need you to pay attention that I have nothing on my table, or that I can't build a table, or that I don't have a tool belt. See, because as a man, when you step to a woman, she's expecting a certain type of man who has a certain type of knowledge and has a certain type of status already achieved in society. So when you step to a woman talking about something, what does she bring to the table? It's because you bring absolutely nothing. You're a deadbeat, you're a hobo, you're a bum. Now I done heard all of the shit on social media. Man, I got this. Man, I got that. Scooby Doo can come on here and say that. Anybody can come on social media talking about they got this, they got that. So when a man is stepping to you with this bullshit, it is because he is non-productive. And a lot of these niggas that follow these dudes are non-productive. They're not doing shit. Some of them ain't even got jobs, so much as got jobs at fast food restaurants. If a nigga was working at a fast food restaurant, at least he would have something. Listen, I don't shit on people who work hard. I got a lot of respect for people who work. Even if you got a job at McDonald's, I respect that. Because you'd rather go and work for McDonald's and deal with that humiliation and try to make that work rather than go out here and steal something from somebody that don't belong to you. Rather than try to hurt somebody who worked hard for what they have and take away from them. You'd rather work at McDonald's than to do that. You'd rather work at McDonald's than to go out here and disrespect women or try to do this. You'd rather work at McDonald's. I got a lot of respect for that. I don't laugh at people who work at deadbeat jobs or dead-end jobs. I give them all the props in the world because at least they're not out here stealing. At least they're not out here trying to rob people or hurt people. I give them all the respect. I even tell some of them to keep their head up, man. Keep pushing, keep working hard. Eventually you're gonna find something. It's gonna break for you. So your higher state of consciousness is your woman. It's the black woman. She's going to elevate you to a higher state of consciousness. She's cerebral herself. She's here to help you elevate to that higher state of consciousness that you're looking for. That's how you're going to get to that so-called higher state of consciousness, by working together with your woman, by becoming one with your woman and understand what she brings to your life and how you can evolve through her to reach your higher state of consciousness. You're not going to reach it on your own. See, because it doesn't go through you. Exactly, Hassan. Listen, I got mad respect for brothers who work tough jobs. Security guard. Hey, security guard's a tough job, especially depending on where you at. That ain't no easy gig. I got mad respect for those, man, because at least they're not out here trying to hurt someone. They're not out here going to jail. They're not out here making an excuse talking about the white man, he left me nothing, so I'm going to sell drugs. Let me tell you something. I remember, this one dude told me one time, I was in Pennsylvania, and I was in a city called Wilkes-Barre. My sister used to live there. I'll never forget, I was at this bar having a drink with my sisters and a few friends. And one of her friends and shit was some dude named Charlie something. And he was trying real hard to be fucking noticed and shit. Yeah, man. I run these streets and shit like that. Oh, okay, yeah. So what do you do for a living, dog? Man, I'm a drug dealer. Let me say that one more time. Yeah, what you do for a living, dog? I'm a drug dealer. Since when did that become a profession? Do you get benefits? You get 401k? You get AFLAC? Well, when did that become a profession? I'm a drug dealer. See how worthless niggas are? You see how tiny niggas think? You see how small the ambitions is? You see how low the expectations are? I'm a drug dealer. That is the kind of low expectation nigga that is saturating our communities and fucking up our environment. I'm a drug dealer. Like that was some proud shit to be. Like that was a profession that fucking gave you time and a half and time off when you sick. And that you can take a 2-week vacation and collect fucking workers' comp if you get hurt on the job. So if you get shot because you're a drug dealer, can you collect workers' comp? Are you going to go up to the people, sign an application, like, well, what are you here for? I'm here because I got shot. I need workers' comp. Well, what do you do for a living? I'm a drug dealer. I mean, think about that for a second. You got a guy that you just met. You like this dude. He cool and shit. Nigga walking around with his shoulders bopping from side to side like he got some kind of confidence. And you done brought into it. You think he got confidence too. Then you bring him around somebody you know. You say, hey, this is Harry, or Charlie. Oh, really? Yeah, he a drug dealer, child. A drug dealer? Yeah, I'm a drug dealer. I mean, you want to introduce him to your friends? Is that somebody you want a child to be introduced to? Is that somebody you want children to be around? I'm a drug dealer. And you wonder why our kids are fucked up. Because we got too many drug dealers in our goddamn community. I'm a drug dealer. I'll never forget that. I remember this, it was yesterday. And he was proud when he said, yo, he said that shit like that nigga was the CEO of the Department of Niggas. The DON, Department of Niggas. The nigga said it like he was the CEO of the DON. Like he was somebody, like it was like he was somebody prominent. No expectation having nigga. Weak-minded nigga. Out here falling into a trap on a daily basis, selling drugs, which is nothing but a trap. And you so-called higher conscious niggas can't figure that out. And so every time you sell drugs, you willfully walk into a trap. And you know what's worse? A drug dealer with a so-called higher state of consciousness on some Hotep mathematics of the day type shit. No, it's the DON, the Department of Niggas. Hashtag DON, Department of Niggas. I know a lot of motherfuckers who work there too. I know a lot of people who work at the Department of Niggas. And so, with this kind of nigga in your neighborhood, this is why we can't fix a damn thing. This is why we got Negroes running around here talking about some knowledge of self. This is knowledge of self. I'm a drug dealer. And so this is what I mean why we don't get looked at as serious. We're laughed at every fucking where we go. We have a childlike mentality. We're running around here talking about knowledge of self, searching in some far off lands that we're not even from, that we were never born in. Talking about we drug dealers from the Department of Niggas. Your woman is a higher state of consciousness. The black woman is a higher state of consciousness. Why do you think Malcolm X tell you a nation can rise no higher than its woman? See, I need to start paying attention to this shit. And stop listening to this Hotep fake ass Belmore, the Hotep drug. Yeah. It's all bullshit, man. All these niggas, all these Hotep niggas are drug dealers, nigga named Safu, Sakufi. You got fake ass, Egyptian niggas running around calling themselves Ngozi, which is really, South African. That's not even Egyptian. Yeah. Because they're all down with the Department of Niggas. And the Department of Niggas work for white supremacy. They're all down with the DON. And the DON is a branch of white supremacy. The Department of Niggas is a branch of white supremacy. Dame, do me a favor. Dame, let me bring in
Yes.
hold it down for me one second. I gotta go on mute. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't know too much about Hotep, but I thought they were about the black community. Supposedly, man, you gonna be selling drugs and be for the black community while you destroying the black community? That's what I was saying. That's putting a moron in oxymoron. Shooks, if I was the other Hoteps, I would beat your behind for besmirking my name with that bull. Shooks. I slapped my friendly neighborhood drug dealer in the back of the head. Well, actually, two of them. I knew them, and well, because he knew one of them. Well, I used to babysit him, and he knew me. Another one knew me. We had, but he wasn't Hotep. He wasn't trying to claim to be there for the black community. He was claiming about being selfish and about the money. He figured because he wasn't dealing in his hometown that he wasn't destroying his community. It's like, boy, you're black. Any black person you selling it to
Okay,
who's
I'm back.
not.
I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that.
Uh huh.
Now we're not gonna get into a thing because you guys ain't ready for the black woman is God thing. I've been trying to save y'all from that. Y'all not ready for that. That's too heavy for you niggas. Okay, because you'd break your little hearts if you find out that the black woman really don't need us. Okay, she's capable. Her DNA is capable of changing with whatever the situation presents to her in this known world. So if all the men would die, her DNA will automatically start to change her body. But that's a little bit too heavy for y'all right now. We'll get into that some other time, and we'll definitely have some receipts about that. But remember, if you really want to check that out, look up. Hey, Dave, do me a favor. Find Dr. Dilbert Blair, the Black Woman is God link, and post it in the chat.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a link in the chat to some information that's gonna blow your damn mind. Okay? You see just how powerful a black woman really is and who she really is. This ain't no worship, nigga. This is truth. This ain't no simping, nigga. This is truth. This is science, nigga. She is the highest state of consciousness that you have to connect to. Everybody seems to know this but black men. Why do you think all of these races of men are trying to fucking get their version of a black woman? The Chinese people are trying to replenish their race with African women. Everybody and their mama is running after that melanated queen because they know she is life. And if they want to sustain their life, it goes through her. All life goes through the black woman. It does not go through anywhere else. You got the Chinese man running their ass to fucking Africa. They almost killed themselves with their dumbass fucking version of the manosphere. The Chinese motherfuckers almost wiped themselves out with their dumbass version of saving yourself, Asian man. Of course, they want African land, right? But they're also trying to preserve their race because there's not enough women left in their race. So they're marrying the women, right? It's a kill two birds with one stone thing. They're also impregnating these women. See, the the non-melanated man has found out in order for his kids to survive in this world, They need melanin in their skin. You can only get that from the black woman. And so, well, you get it from the black man. Well, where do you think the black man got it from? So it's not just about land, Yvette. So the Chinese decided to do their version of Save Yourself Black Man, dubbed Save Yourself Asian Man or Save Yourself Chinaman, and nearly wiped their fucking selves out. And they still fucked up behind that shit. They still trying to come out from under that shit. Nearly destroyed themselves. Nearly made themselves go extinct by getting rid of their women, getting rid of the female babies. Because they wanted more men. Well, guess what? It didn't work out. Remember how your boy was saying if there were no women, men would have more? Well, ask the Chinese. They tried that shit. And they realized quickly, hey, wait a minute. Feng Xi Fu Kui, we're dying out. Are you right, Lou? Tell me it's not true. Yes. Go and get Hushan. Ask Hushan. Hushan. What is it? Fun Seku. What? Feng Seku said, we're dying out. It is true. There are not enough women. What idiot decided to get rid of the female babies? It was Pai Mei. It was Pai Mei and Lu Bu. Go and kill them. Wait a minute. Go down to Li Bao's place and ask Li Bao, do we have any women children? Go down. Li Bao, do you have daughters? No, I do not have daughters. We cannot have daughters. But Lu Bao, we're dying out. Go to Hong Se Fu Quan. It is his fault. Go and kill them. So, Feng Fei Fu Qua and Fu Man Lick Boot Shoe found out the hard way that the whole man thing doesn't work. Yeah, click on that link down there, people. There goes some powerful receipts for you right there. That's Dr. Dilbert Blair. Look at the science that he uncovered that has never been refuted. Never. And they can't refute the knowledge. So, Feng Sei Fu Kui and Lu Bu and Fu Man Fu and Chop Liver Do found out the hard way that the all man thing doesn't work. Okay, yeah, you're right, Bill. Let me stop. I'm getting dangerously close to being a racist, so let me stop it. Let me back up. But, the Asians found out that it was not a good thing to do to go all male. And they paid the price, and they're still trying to get themselves corrected. They are rushing to Africa, and there's an opportunity that they are presented. They're marrying African women to get land and to try to replenish their race. Pretty soon you're going to see a new race, a new breed of people who are Asian and Black African. White man is doing the same thing. He's trying to create a new race through the Black woman. Understand something, right? People are creating new races by mating with the Black woman. They're creating whole new races. So everything around you is feminine energy. Any life force is feminine energy. You can only get life from feminine energy, not male energy. Even male energy itself comes from feminine energy. Feminine energy gives birth to male energy. See, you guys call this worship. We call it speaking the truth. See, the guys who call this worship and simping don't want to see the truth because they believe that somehow takes away from them. It doesn't take away from you, nigga. It makes you stronger to understand the truth and what you are and what you are supposed to be. You are the protector of the throne. The throne of life is the womb, nigga. What you think this nasty beast is out here trying to destroy? He's trying to destroy the womb. He's trying to get rid of the natural mother of this world, which is the Black woman. Because he knows if he gets rid of her, you will die. There will be no more you. Yeah, exactly, Yvette. We all started as female. There's a supernumerary organ in a woman's body called the Wolffian duct. That is what creates the sex of the child. Look it up. Supernumerary organ called the Wolffian duct. We're going to get into that. We're going to have a podcast about the Wolffian duct and what it does and down to detail and how it creates the sex of the child and all of that stuff. The man's sperm has nothing to do with that. That's something that happens deep within a woman's body without any aid of any male. Her own organ does that. The woman's body does that. The man ain't got shit to do with that. But anyway, we'll get into all of that. See, you guys were listening to all this fake shit for years. All this fake pseudoscience out of the conscious community with these bum ass Hotep niggas who think they fucking Egyptian. Nigga was born in the fucking Bronx and shit, and you fucking around wearing a goddamn unk thinking he's from Kemet. So while you walk around in a community that lay in ruins because your male leadership is fucking non-existent, you don't put on some motherfucking costume and some Indian shit and walking around here talking about some Hotep, talking about you motherfucking Kemet. You a Kemetic. Oh, you a Kemetic now, nigga, because you got to pay child support? Hey, Arnold, you owe $500 in child support. Who is Arnold? My name is Ahmad. I'm Kemetic. Niggas turn comedic when they owe child support. Nigga grew up in Chicago, New York, Jersey, North Carolina. But all of a sudden, and he was a black man who had a job at McDonald's and Burger King and warehouses unloading trucks. All of a sudden, this girl got pregnant and he beat it, and they came after him for child support. The nigga all of a sudden turned Egyptian. Hey, Bobby. Hey, Bobby James, man, you gotta take care of these kids. Who's Bobby James? You, nigga. Nah, man, my name is B. Zaout Fumama. I'm from where my ancestors come from, Egypt. Don't you see this unk I'm wearing? All of a sudden, the nigga from Egypt. Whenever niggas got to pay child support, all of a sudden they from Africa. They from Gambia or Ghana or Egypt or fucking Kemet. All of a sudden they don't have the original names anymore. All of a sudden now it's Hotep Bartholomew III, King Tutu, Muhak Mamumbuga, Mama Waldy. Niggas got Hotep names all of a sudden. And they make the names as awkward as long as possible so they can't fit on any goddamn legal document. It's just like when niggas go to jail, right? Coward ass niggas be out here doing all this kind of crime and shit. Then ass get snatched up by the law, get thrown in jail, all of a sudden they become a Muslim. Because they don't want to get their ass whooped in jail. Or they don't want to get their ass took. So I was like, I'm going to become Muslim and shit. Nigga can't read and write out here to fill out an application. But all of a sudden, when you get in fucking jail, the nigga turn Muslim and then it's I'll say Allah. Ashabadu amama sansalilala. Shamba wa hubala say Allah. All of a sudden, the nigga can read and write and sing. Nigga can't read and write out here to fill an application out to get a child to support his child. But when the nigga get locked up, he can read and write all of a sudden, and he can sing. Nigga in there doing the mathematics of the day and singing. Ashabadu ashahambala walala. Wait a minute, nigga, you wasn't singing out here. And you couldn't figure out 2 + 2 = 4, motherfucker. Now all of a sudden, in jail, you doing mathematics and singing and reading books. So phony ass niggas. These niggas are clowns. Yeah, motherfuckers out here don't know spiritual, right? Till they get locked up and they see all them niggas in there trying to get that booty. All of a sudden they found Jesus. They found Allah. Niggas can sing. Niggas can read and write. But wait a minute, nigga, you couldn't read and write these guys. When she sent your ass these documents about child support, you couldn't read the motherfucker. Say, hey man, you got this document saying you owe $1,000 child support. Hey, I don't know what that means. What do you mean? It's right here. Read it. I can't read. Your ass get locked up trying to protect that booty. All of a sudden, niggas is reading mathematics. They reading fucking books. Niggas running around talking about some Hotep. Yo, Hotep. What's the mathematics of the day? The mathematics of the day is I'm a black man. Wow. Couldn't read that child support document though. But your ass can read that 5% bullshit when you get locked the fuck up. And all of a sudden you praying 5 times a day. When you was out here, motherfucker couldn't get you to read one damn scripture. But now you locked up, all of a sudden it's Alhamdulillah, Shabadababallah. Alhamdulillah, Malasa Shabdua. And niggas be having that Indian shit with them. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, Hakasilamala, Vedunda. Nigga, you ain't never talked like that before. You out here on some bullshit and can barely put a sentence together. Now you locked up, motherfucker, and you sound like an Indian? You fake ass sand nigga. Okay, let me stop. Nigga go to jail, become some fake ass sand nigga. Okay, let me cut it out. Won't do shit for your children out here though. Out here you can't read or write, don't know how to read the goddamn document, child support document. None of that shit. Your ass get locked up because you got them big homo thug niggas in there. All of a sudden, nigga, you can read, write, and sing and sound like a motherfucking fake ass sand nigga. Talking about you going through a higher state of consciousness. You can't, nigga. You keep rebelling against the higher state of consciousness. That's the black woman. Again, the great Malcolm X told you, a nation can't rise higher than its woman. Nigga. That's why you ain't got no good luck now. That's why niggas is shitting on you now, and you don't have no respect nowhere, and you don't have nothing. You know why? Because you won't do right by this precious gift that's been given to us, and that's the black woman. Until you do right by her, you ain't gonna have nothing good, nigga. You don't get it. Until we do right by our women, we ain't gonna never shake off the bad programming of slavery. We ain't gonna never get our shit right. As long as we sit up here and mistreat our women and do our women the way we do, we're gonna get nothing but bad energy, brother. Bad spiritual energy. We ain't gonna never rise. We ain't gonna never get on our feet. We ain't gonna never be the kings we supposed to be. Because you fighting it and trying to destroy the very energy that can make you a king, nigga. That's why you ain't gonna never be a king. Because the energy that you need that's gonna make you a motherfucking king, you trying to fucking destroy. The black woman is a kingmaker. You don't understand that. That's why you ain't gonna never be shit until you do right by this woman. Until you do right by your children and do right by the woman that these children came out of. You ain't gonna be shit. You're gonna be a low life, pyramid chasing, punk ass, sissy motherfucker. And ain't nobody gonna call you king. They're gonna call you everything but a king, nigga. You ain't gonna never be recognized as no fucking king. You ain't gonna never get no motherfucking respect. And you got this beast out here with his foot on her neck. Nigga, it's disrespectful. This beast got this foot on the neck of the mother of all civilization. Nigga, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it? Get your manhood back on and get that beast off of her neck, nigga. You punk ass nigga. Running around here talking about some hotep. And you in a high state of consciousness. Your coward ass out of here. Talking about you reaching a higher state of consciousness, wearing somebody else traditional fucking garb, trying to, represent a sartorial expression of a foreign race, trying to hide your identity because you hate yourself. You know why? Because you hate the black woman. That's why you run around here with foreign sartorial expression. You hoping nobody recognize who you are. Because you hate yourself. Because you hate the black woman. That's why you hate yourself. You can sit up here and run your mouth all the fuck you want. You can sit up here and pop this stupid shit about getting rid of women all the fuck you want. You can sit up here and talk about black women don't bring nothing to the table all the fuck you want, devalue your life. But let me tell you something, nigga. You ain't gonna never have nothing right. You ain't gonna never get out this situation. You're gonna always be under the heel of white supremacy because you won't do right by the mother of all civilization. Until you do right by her and your children and deal with this beast, you ain't gonna be nothing but a fucking coward, and you ain't gonna never get any fucking respect. And ain't nobody ever gonna call you king, nigga. And with that being said, I am at the end of my rant. Let me bring my two lovely black women in here. The African princess, the lady knight. Y'all can come off mute.
All right, all right.
How'd you
Okay.
like my rant?
It was great. You had me cracking up back here.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they're due and turn into anything to not pay child support. That's a crying shame. I should have known when I seen one to deliberately go to jail not to pay child support.
Yeah. All of a sudden, the nigga a Muslim. You out here fucking up, can't keep a goddamn job, out here stealing shit, selling drugs and shit, can't get your motherfucking mind right. But when your ass get locked up, all of a sudden you a Muslim nigga? All of a sudden you got your shit right? Fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't care how many conversations you niggas have, how many motherfucking male hen houses you have here on social media, how many times you attack the black woman on social media. Nigga, you ain't gonna never have nothing right until you do right by the person you supposed to do right by. The more you mistreat this woman, the more you abuse the black woman, you're just gonna create nothing but bad spiritual energy.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you're gonna keep creating for yourself. Bad spiritual energy.
To paraphrase, until you do right by the black women in your lives and your children, everything you're gonna even think of doing will crumble.
Yeah, that's the color purple, some shit, right?
Yep.
No, I'm talking about some real shit though. I ain't talking about no fiction. I ain't
Mm-hmm.
talking about nothing in the movie. I'm talking about some real life shit.
Well.
You're creating bad energy. You're creating bad spiritual energy by mistreating your women,
Mm-hmm.
by neglecting your children. You're creating bad spiritual energy everywhere you go.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you're gonna turn that around, you got to start doing right by the mother of all civilization. It ain't gonna happen no other way. Suppose it ain't gonna happen no other way until you get in your rightful place as protector and provider. Until you start protecting the throne the way you supposed to, you ain't gonna never have nothing right, nigga. Ain't nobody gonna ever call you a king. You'll never reach that status as king. Queens make kings, nigga. Not the other way around. The queen is what makes the king. The black woman is a king maker. She's a natural queen. She makes kings. She ain't gonna make your worthless ass a king. You don't deserve that title. You haven't done nothing to earn that title. You have done nothing to earn the status of a king. But you've done everything to earn the status of a bum, a lowlife, a loser, a deadbeat dad, a sissy, a coward, a leech, a hobo, a punk, a sambo, a house negro, a fake hotep. That's what you've earned. You haven't earned the right to be recognized as a king. Are you out of your mind? In order for you to become a king, a woman has to accept you as her king. She has to make you, nigga. She decides who gets to be the king, not you. Only your actions will allow her to make that decision to address you as king. You ain't no conqueror. You are the conquered. Nigga, you haven't conquered nothing. You don't own no kingdom. You don't rule nothing. You are no king. And this is why she does not recognize you as such. God, but listen to these phony ass punk niggas in the conscious community who seem to throw that term king around loosely. You see, the black woman is a natural queen because she is the mother of all civilization. So her title is a natural one. Yours has to be given to you by your actions. You have to earn the title as king and be accepted. She has to accept you as her king. She has to make you her king. You don't get to be her king unless she decides that you are her king. The only way you're going to do that, you have to put forth certain manly actions. You have to do something, nigga. These other men in past history who earned the title king, they did it in different ways, some through bloodshed, some through peace, but they became conquerors. They conquered, they gathered resources for their kingdoms and their queens. They earned the title kings, although some of those kings were tyrants, they still earned those titles. You have earned nothing. And shout out to my sister, Cynthia G. Much love to Cynthia G. As far as she's concerned, you have earned the title of Dusty Beta Male. And I concur. That is what you've earned. Dame,
Yes.
take over for me for a few minutes. I'll be right back.
Hmm. Well, and they don't think there's going to be any consequences. Well, the way they complain and moan and cry, oh, there are consequences. And it's not going to go away till they straighten up. Do right. Or they're thinking, oh, it's only going to last until the child is 18. Nah. It's just going to take a whole nother shape. And that's mild. You ain't going to find a good woman till you do right. Because if she's smart and she see you not taking care of your kids with this other woman, what she think you're going to do with your kids with her? Or she gonna be on you to, hey, go see about your kids, go do this, go do that. If she's a good woman, yeah. And if she selfish, well, you gonna get the consequences of selfish. And one day children gonna all grow up and they gonna want nothing to do with you. Oh, you gonna need something from your kids. Oh yeah, I've seen the one where it needed some body part, blood, you know, you know, do blood matching, make sure. Um, but hey, this child was like, you weren't there for me. You didn't want nothing to do with me. My mother had to struggle all by herself, and I had to see her age before her time or die early because she had to take care of me when you could have helped her. Hmm. But yeah. So yeah, that negative spiritual energy you sending out is gonna boomerang back to get you. Yeah. and you're gonna be frustrated. Why all these good things happen to them, and why do all of these bad things that happen to me? That's why. I mean, okay, yeah. So there's always consequences. They thinking of immediate consequences. You know, they're not thinking of the long game, the long term, further down the line. And the longer down the line is, the more interest is added to it. So when it finally hits, it's gonna hit big. Yeah. So yeah, y'all keep going on putting the negative energy. Keep not taking care of your kids. Uh uh keep talking badly about black women.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. You're gonna reap what you sow.
And you know something, fellas, is real easy. No one is saying that relationships are always peaches and cream. Even when you have a friendship with a woman, even with your sisters, you know, your family relationships, they're all difficult. They're all difficult. But that doesn't mean that we turn our backs on our women and we start going fucking crazy. You know, but all you Negroes calling yourselves kings, you got the game fucked up. If a woman did not make you her king, you are no king. You have no kingdom. You niggas don't have shit. Until you do right by the woman, you will not have the good fortune. You see, other races of men have a lot of shit, right? Even though they're fucked up in nature and they don't give a fuck about us, well, they're not supposed to, right? But they have an abundance of shit. You know why? Because many of these races do right by their women. Now, they may not respect their women a lot, but they take care of their women. Their women got housing, their women got jobs, they take care of their kids. So they do somewhat right by their women. And they have good fortune because of it. They own businesses. You niggas don't do right by your women. That's why you don't have shit. That's why you own 1%, no, a half a percent of the fucking wealth in this country. One half, one half or 1% of the wealth in this country, and you're not going to get any more until you start doing right by your woman. You have no idea how much the black woman can help us out of this rut. If you would just reconcile and connect with her and start treating her right and work with her and y'all work as a team, we can get out of this shit. We can walk right up out of this shit with our black woman on our arms and walk out of this shit in style. But you weak ass niggas are on some other shit. Y'all trying to fuck around with these homosexuals and try to get rid of all of us talking crazy about, getting rid of women and stupid shit like that. You don't talk about no stupid shit like that. The black woman is a natural queen. She don't need to be made a queen by you. She come into this world a queen because she is the mother of the civilization. She is the natural queen and the only queen. And through her, kings are made. She gives birth to kings. She makes kings. I don't understand how y'all think it's cool to be non-productive. How the fuck you walk around here cool with being a nobody? Imagine two niggas on the corner. Hey man, what's up with you? Ain't nothing. Yo, who you be? Nobody. Who you be? Nobody. Word, word. That's cool. Yeah, man, what's up? So you cool with being a nobody. You cool with tricking your women into buying you things that you don't deserve, things that you haven't earned. You cool with being non-productive. You cool with being worthless and of low value. You cool with all that. And because of the love that the black woman have for us, she falls for this shit a lot of times. See, she's no fool. She just loves us, and you take advantage of that. She's not a fool. She's not stupid. She just has a big old heart. She loves her black men. And you keep taking fucking advantage of that and keep fucking it up. You selfish motherfucker. You keep fucking it up. You don't know how to take her love the right way. You don't know how to take her love and strengthen yourself. And make yourself grow and become a better man, become a better person. You don't know how to use her love in that way. Instead, you use it against her and you try to hurt her with it. You take advantage of her because you're a bum ass nigga. You're the stupid one, not her. You too dumb to realize you're not getting anywhere. You too dumb to realize you don't have shit. You too dumb to figure out that you need to stop doing that. And you call her stupid. You are the stupid one. Because every time you mistreat her, every time you beguile her, every time you do all of these fucked up things to her, you are making it bad for the rest of us, nigga. That bad energy is going to hit us all. You don't understand what you're dealing with. You're not dealing with an ordinary person. This is the mother of civilization. Feminine energy brings forth life. So when you mistreat her, it sends a shockwave throughout fucking existence, nigga. And we all get it. It hits all of us. Every time a black woman cries in agony and pain, the universe hears her, nigga. Because the universe is filled from top to bottom with feminine energy, nigga. So every time a black woman cries out in anguish, cries out in pain because she's been done wrong, the universe is listening. And it exacts vengeance on us. It sends bad energy down as punishment. And it affects all of us. We are all struggling, nigga, because of you punk ass niggas. Because you won't do right by the mother of civilization. You're hurting her. You're making her cry out in pain. You're putting her in emotional agony. The universe doesn't like that. So it doesn't just punish you, it punishes all men. Because the universe is feminine. The energy in the universe is feminine, nigga. So it's going to be upset at all men. It's going to let us all have it. It's not going to distinguish one from the other. So when you fuck up, we all get it. You niggas ain't ready for this. Can't really handle no real truth, nigga. You don't want it like that. You don't want that smoke. Keep believing in this hotep pseudo bullshit that you hear out of the conscious community with these weak ass, worthless, non-productive niggas telling you shit about Kemet and Egypt and they fucking pyramid chasing, even though the pyramids stay still. These niggas is chasing pyramids and telling you some bull 5% stupid ass knowledge about the mathematics of the day, but the nigga can't fucking count. The nigga don't make no money. The nigga don't have nothing to produce. Some old broke nigga that just got out of jail talking about the mathematics of the day. Nigga can't buy a cup of coffee. Nigga can't buy a bottle of water. Nigga borrowing money off of you, but telling you the mathematics of the day. So I guess the mathematics doesn't include him getting a fucking job. What's the mathematics of the day? It's called employment, nigga. No, that's incorrect math. What? No, it's incorrect. The mathematics don't say nothing about getting a job. And some of y'all believe that shit. I told y'all about my man's, right? A while back. He was living off this girl. He had it good and shit, right? She worked at Caldors. When Caldors was something up in the north, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but Caldors is usually up in the north somewhere. I'm not sure if Caldors was ever in the south or whatever. But she had a big, high-paying job, right? And she loved this nigga. You know, his name is Marshall. This bum ass still around. And so she was buying this nigga clothes and shit. This nigga ain't had to work. She really loved this nigga. There was something about this nigga she loved. She bought this nigga a fucking car. Not a brand new car, but bought him a little car he can get around. Nigga ain't thought about getting no fucking job. Nigga running around here fucking bragging to niggas. Yo, man, I got it made, man. My girl love me. I ain't even got to work, nigga. He pulls out a wad of fucking money and shit. It wasn't just ones. The nigga had some fives in there too. The nigga had a bundle. A nigga had a bundle of ones and fives. Now back in the 80s, that was a lot of motherfucking money. Okay. And so she had this nigga had him a little 98. Back then, that's when they had the 98 souped up and everybody was running around playing Rebel Without a Pause and shit with their system in their car with the jacked up back. Nigga had him a little 98, had a pocket full of fives and ones. Nigga had Lee jeans on. That's when Lee's was the shit. You know, everybody had the Lee jackets and the Lee jeans and the Pro Kids. Nigga had the fly gear. She had a beautiful house she was living in, and she was only 26 and had all of that. Had all of that. And he fucked around and fucked it up. And she threw that nigga out on the street. Told that nigga if he didn't get a fucking job, he couldn't stay there no more. So I was walking down the street one time. I'll never forget, we was on Stegman. And I just getting ready to hit Stegman in Jackson. I was getting ready to turn down. I was on my way to the liquor store to get me some motherfucking Boone's Farm and some Cisco. And I ran into Marshall. That nigga was looking all crazy and shit. Looked like somebody put a firecracker in his afro. Shit had spikes and shit. That nigga was sweating at the forehead. Nigga was sweating in one area of his forehead. So I was like, yo, Marshall, what's up, man? Man, I gotta get a job. Okay. Yeah, man. Rosa said, if I don't get a job, I can't stay there no more. Nigga was loud as fuck. Man, I gotta get a job. That nigga was in shock. Cause Rosa woke up and nigga, you a bum. She woke up one night talking about, hey, Marshall, if you don't have a job by the end of the week, you're gonna have to leave. Nigga hair exploded. Nigga afro blew up. Spikes and shit was all over his fucking head. Nigga started sweating in one part of his forehead. Nigga threw on his clothes real quick, was shaking, didn't know what the fuck to do. Walked into the door on the way out. Got outside walking crazy down the street. His fucking leaves looking stiff than a motherfucker. Nigga had creases going sideways on his jeans. They didn't go down the middle. Nigga had folded sideways creases in his damn jeans. And his lee jacket was wrinkled with one motherfucking shoulder all the way up and one down. Looking crazy as fuck. Hey, Marshall, man, what's up? Man, I gotta get a job. That nigga was in shock. Didn't know what to do. All right, man, you gonna get a job? Man, I don't know, man. What's that? What do you mean, what's that? Wasn't you over here the other day talking about you didn't have to work, so you must know what the fuck that mean? I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know I was gonna have to get a job. Well, you have to get a job now, nigga. You have to get a job, nigga. So what you gonna do? Man, I don't know. All right, well, holler back at me when you figure something out. Gonna find out. Marshall got a job at White Castle, but it was too late because he got the job after the 1 week deadline. See, brothers, the moral of the story is women aren't stupid. When you think you have a Rosa, there's always the chance that she can turn you into a Marshall. Ain't that right, Lady Dane?
Yeah. Eventually, she's gonna wake up, or she's gonna have enough.
Mm-hmm.
Put her foot down. You don't know when. And she kept her foot down. What did she take him back after the deadline, even though he got a job at White Castle?
At White Castle? Nope, it was too late.
Oh, she stuck to her guns. At least he was working so he can find him another place.
Yo, that nigga had a look on his face like a deer in headlight. He was frightened. He didn't know what to do.
Oh, yeah, she had enough. You couldn't even go, I got a job. I just didn't get it in time. Oh, well, I told you you had a week.
Yeah. And she stuck to it. She wasn't with that Hotep shit. Yeah, the 98 posse, Kendall. Yeah, man, that was big back there. Everybody was riding around playing Rebel Without a Pause and shit. That shit was everywhere you fucking go. You couldn't. Every goddamn 98 had bumping that fucking Rebel Without a Pause in it from Public Enemy. I listened to Professor Grip the other day, man. Grip be dropping some real shit. But yeah, man, you know. Well, I'm at the end of my rant. Let me see how the ladies are doing. Dane, how you holding up?
I'm fine. I don't know if Abinon's still with us. Abby.
The African princess, she's probably asleep.
Mm.
And check out our new show, man. Team Black Star with the African princess herself, Abinah Beko. She will be having another friend join her at some point. And Team Black Star is our African show. We'll be running by our two African princesses. And they're going to be talking about all things African and African American. Yeah, you know, but we don't have too many real dudes left, Kendall. Too many hotep niggas running around here talking about knowledge of self. And not producers. How can you fuck around talking about you got knowledge of self and you don't produce shit? So if you got knowledge of self and you don't produce self, and you don't produce nothing, how good is that knowledge of self? See, I come at niggas with simplicity. If you have knowledge of self and you aren't producing the damn thing, then how good and how valid is that knowledge of self? And even if you have the correct knowledge of self. See, I don't get caught up in none of this hotep pseudo nonsense. Because the key to life is simplicity. See, it's hard for a nigga to get around a hard motherfucking truth. See, what you do is you throw the hardcore truth out there, very simplistic in nature, and watch some niggas do a dance. How good is your knowledge of self if you're not producing anything? Our ancestors, you can't say that you're like our ancestors because our ancestors produced. They built the pyramids, remember? How is that for production? So you can't say you're like your ancestors. You can't steal their history and say it's yours. You can't say the knowledge of your ancestors is knowledge of yourself because you're nothing like them. They were producers. You're not. And your knowledge of self comes from your household and where you were born. You niggas kill me because you go run your ass to Africa and look up some shit in Kemet or Egypt and come running back here talking about some knowledge of self. Thinking that you done learned something. Because you listen to these hotep bullshit ass niggas over in the conscious community. With all that fucking show and no proof. Making words out of the metaneta that don't have any vowels. I want to know who created the word Kemet, because the place that they're talking about is represented by three letters, KMT. There is no E or I or anything. Well, who is? Where did that word come from? Where did the word Kemetic come from? Again, the place that they're talking about is represented with a KMT. There is no vowels. The metaneta itself has no vowels in it. And they're talking about they are deciphering the metaneta. How? It has no vowels. So what are you going around here saying? They got some motherfucking name, Baba Haru over there, right? Who's a retired police officer who makes a lot of money off of black people over in the conscious community by selling unks. Okay? And they swear up and down he can recite the metaneta. The motherfucker sounds like this when he's reciting the metaneta. Un. Adarun. What the fuck is that? First of all, un, wouldn't that start with a U? Is that a vowel? So if we start with a U, then he ain't even talking about the metaneta because the metaneta has no vowels in it. So what is he even talking about? I'm gonna try to find that I'm gonna try to find that video. It's worth showing y'all that video. It's hilarious. And you got black people sitting there talking about wow, Baba Haru can recite the metaneta. No, he can't. I bet you he can't tell you what he said. Let that motherfucker get up there talking about some out of un. And then when he done with all of the uns and ask him what did he say. Ask him what did he say. Say, hey, Baba Haru, what did you just say? Uh, uh, I just said, there's a door by the chair, and you're sitting in the door by the chair, and there's a chair by the door. What? Nigga, you just sound like you was having a motherfucking attack. Talking about some just to tell us that there was a goddamn chair sitting by the door. Seriously, I want to, when he goes on that shit, I want to, hey man, what did you just say? There's so much scamming going on in the conscious community. You can't even tell the scammers from each other anymore. And now they scamming each other. They're over there setting each other up. Niggas done created a whole goddamn debate league about bullshit. But you can't create anything that's going to take care of your children. You can't create anything that's going to help out your children or help out our single baby mothers. But you can create a debate league arguing about the Bible and the Torah. And I'm talking about these dudes being some vicious fights about these books. They be threatening to kill each other over these damn books. Won't threaten to do a damn thing good for black people. Won't threaten to do anything. Nigga, shit, you at least threaten to take care of your kids. Like, yo, man, hey, Jimmy, man. Yeah, what up, nigga? Yo, man. What's up, man? You on some bullshit. You want to take care of your kid. Nigga, what you talking about, man? You a coward. Nigga, I ain't no coward. Motherfucker. I dare you call me a coward, nigga. Nigga, I'll take care of my motherfucking kids, motherfucker. I'll fuck around and take care of my kids, nigga. Yeah. I bet you won't. Yeah, I will. I bet you won't. Yeah, I will. I bet you will. Yeah, I will. Yeah, you will. Yeah, I will. Go on, nigga. I'm going. That's right, nigga. Go take care of your kids. Nigga, I'm going. I'm going to take care of my kids, motherfucker. I'm going to show you what I'm about. Yeah, why don't y'all threaten to take care of y'all kids for a change? And follow up on that threat. Elijah Muhammad. Interesting fellow. Mm-hmm. Interesting fellow. Interesting fellow. You know, the Muslims are very interesting people. Well, yeah, it used to be called Asia at one point, but it was also called something else before that. There was also a group of people here called the Quello that many of y'all don't know anything about. And when you study the Quello, you're going to find some very interesting things took place, which will kind of give you an understanding on why some things are written the way they're written. The Quello was very powerful people. They were godlike, and they did what people call today magic. They were incredibly smart, way smarter than who we are now. I mean, I'm saying than what we are now. I mean, they had figured out formulas and things that could suspend stone in midair. The Quellos are very interesting people, and their information is being kept from us. They were the first people on this planet. And they were very interesting people. They're very powerful people too. They called this planet something else. Wasn't called Asia when the Quello was here. And see, and this is where you get all of this shit, you know, the Nephilim and the giants and all that shit. The African woman, right, is not even in her original form of what she used to be. She used to be much taller than she is now. History is very interesting. But what I found out is that the more you search history and the more you find out stuff, the scarier the past gets. That's why I keep asking people, do you know how big this planet really is? I don't think anybody knows how big this planet really is. I don't think NASA knows. I don't think anyone knows. Because the more you study history and you look at all these things that took place, kind of makes me think that the world must be a very big place. Now, you got some fools walking around here thinking that the earth is flat. Like somebody gonna fucking walk off the edge or some shit. Come on, let's just take a stroll in one direction and keep walking until we fall off into space. Anyway, my theory, I think the world is 10 times bigger than what's being shown. I think the world is huge, and I think that there are different layers to this world. And I do think that there are other races of people on this earth that we have never seen before. Do you know that to be true, Kendall Rowland? You have to question where you get this information from. I heard somebody tell me, I heard some fool, some mathematical 5%er tell me that the earth weighs 2 quintillion. $24,896 miles, huh? For some reason, that seemed not enough for me. I think it's much bigger than that. I think it's way, way bigger than that. Yes, I do believe that. I believe that there's races. When I didn't even have to read the Bible to figure that out. I mean, when you read history and you read in different areas of things that happened, right? Man, there were races of people we've never seen before. And I still believe that there are races on this earth of people that live in certain parts of this world that you've never been, that man has never seen, and we don't even know exist. Yeah, 6 sextillion tons. And you actually believe that? How did they find that out? What technology allowed them to weigh the earth? What technology is that? See, I question a lot of this information because when you look at the people who can't do simple things and can't solve simple problems, all of a sudden they come out of nowhere with this information that seems to be otherworldly, like the earth weighs 6 septillion tons. How did they find that out? When did they put the earth on a scale? What technology allowed them to weigh the earth? I could only imagine that it's a theory. I can't believe that it's actual truth because they keep telling you that they know what a black hole is and they don't. Scientists will tell you that they don't know what the fuck a black hole is. It's just theory and educated guesses. I have my own theory about a black hole. Y'all have heard me say it. I believe that the black hole is a cosmic womb. That's just my theory, though. And I think that the black hole gives birth to stars. I think stars come out of that black hole. I think the antimatter that goes into that black hole and never comes out, I think it does. I think it goes in and it creates. It's kind of like getting a woman pregnant. It's kind of like getting the universe pregnant to give birth to a star. See, what if they showed you footage, right, of a star coming out of a black hole? What would you think then? Would you call that the universe giving birth to a star? They don't know that for sure, pretty black magic woman. Those are just theories. They've never seen the other side of a black hole. They don't even know if one really exists. There's no technology that they have that can tell you that there's another side to the black hole. All they do is think is that they see stuff that goes in and never comes back out. They believe that there's an other side because, that's their puny way of thinking. It's kind of like believing that something very, very large and powerful cannot be in a small place. If you imagine something being immense in power and huge, then it would be in a very big place that justifies it being enormous, right? But we would never think that something so enormous and powerful could be in some place tiny. They really don't know what a black hole is. When you question these scientists, it's just theory. They don't know what it is. They think there's another side. They think there's another. They've never seen anything come out of a black hole. I'm not saying I'm right either. I'm just guessing. I'm thinking it's a cosmic womb. I'm no scientist. I'm just looking at it and looking at how it can probably work. I just think that it's a cosmic womb. That's just my belief. I've never done any tests. That's just a sheer guess. But I think at some point, if you catch it at the right time, you may see a star come out of that black hole. Yeah. And they don't even know what kind of light. They don't even know if that's energy. They don't know what it is. We know stars have light, right? I believe it's a cosmic wound. I believe it gives birth to stars. That's just my theory. That's not written anywhere. That's just my theory. I'm not a scientist. I'm just taking a guess, but I believe that's what it is. But they really don't know what it is, and they'll tell you that if you press them enough, they'll tell you. I heard Michio Kachi, uh, Michio Kachu, one of the most famous scientists in the known world. He said it that they really don't know what it is. Oh yeah, Dr. Dilbert Blair. That's the man with the science of the black woman is God. You know he got murdered, right? Because they couldn't refute his science. I put a link to him here in this chat, that way you can check him out and listen to the stuff that he's talking about. It's some deep shit. Yeah, but he's also crazy too, Pretty Black Magic Woman. He's walking around here thinking that he can create a string theory that would allow him to read the mind of God. It's fucking crazy. There's some shit that's going on in this world that's seriously wicked. They keep trying to get rid of that. You know, they keep trying to get rid of that God particle. I'm wondering why. Why are they trying to destroy that God particle? What is it about that God particle, that particle that they call the God particle? And why are they trying to destroy it? So fucking destructive, right? Isn't that fucking natural of white people to always destroy shit that they don't understand? They're not ready for that kind of knowledge, Kendall. I too spoke about how the black woman is a fleshly representation of the earth. That's why I call our nation the earthen nation. The earthen nation. We are earthen people. This earth is a female. Yep, that collider, right? Isn't it like them to always try to destroy something, tear something up? And we don't know why they doing it. For all we know, they're gonna get us all killed. We don't know what that particle represents. We don't know how powerful it is, and they trying to destroy it. And on top of that, you got some crazy ass Asian dude running around here talking about he trying to create a string theory that will allow him to read the mind of God. I don't like scientists. I think most of them are crazy. That's not going to work. Listen, let me explain something to you. The moment you find a way to get rid of feminine energy, right, that would be the end of life. Male energy can't produce life. So you had all males here, they would just die. No life will be produced. Once the feminine energy is gone, there will be no life produced. I don't care what you do. You can make synthetic wombs. You can make trannies, all this other bullshit. It's not happening without women. It's just not. And the people who believe that it's going to happen some other way are insane. Funny how they build something to produce antimatter when they don't really understand antimatter. A lot of these scientists don't really understand shit, people. They just giving you a bunch of educated guesses and theories. And they sound good. It sounds like they know what the fuck they're talking about. But they don't know about a lot of this shit. Like the experiment that went wrong at CERN when they was fucking around with that gate. And something came through that gate and killed everybody in the room in seconds. And went back through that gate. And one of the scientists who got out alive, all of a sudden he's missing. Because he did a podcast about it and he just disappeared. They was fucking around with some dimensional gate. I don't know where they found it at. And he said when they tried to activate that shit, he said something came through that motherfucker and wiped everybody in the room out in seconds. And went right back through that gate. Well, I don't believe everything is monsters. You see, we got to be careful what we're being taught. You got to understand a lot of this shit is European view. They're monsters themselves, so they probably think everything in the universe is like them. I don't believe everything in the universe is a monster. Yes, they're fucking around with some gate, pretty black magic woman, over at CERN, trying to activate it. And they fucked around and activated it, and something jumped through that quick in seconds and took out everybody in the room. They had to lock down the whole place to try to, keep that thing contained, and it went right back through the portal, right back through the gate. And they don't even know what the fuck it was. They just said that something came through in a flash of light and smoked everybody in the room. In seconds. I was sitting up there watching this guy, and he had a spooked look on his face. You can tell he was there, and he saw that shit, and they don't know what the fuck it was. Yeah, see, we got to stop thinking that everything is a monster. I understand that's hard to get out of our minds because we live with white folks. There was a scientist who worked at CERN, who was there when that happened, and he left CERN and he did a podcast. I'll try to find it. I'll research it, but I don't think it exists anymore because all of a sudden he disappeared. Just like that guy who was talking about the Illuminati and was talking about sex slaves and what they was doing, he disappeared too. And then there was also a CIA agent who was on his deathbed, who was the one that was ordered to kill Bob Marley. And he talked about how he killed Bob Marley. He said Bob Marley, loved Chuck Taylor sneakers. So he got him a pair of Chuck Taylors, and he took some nails that he put cancer cells on. And he put the nails in the bottom of the shoes so the nails would stick up. And when Bob Marley put on the shoes, the nails stuck him in the foot, and that's how he contracted cancer. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that. Hey, Dame.
Yeah.
Are you hanging in there?
Mm-hmm.
Hold it down. I'm going to look for this on video real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, getting to a lot of stuff. Most I heard was that Area 51 is real. Couldn't get into any of the details, just that it was real. Because he relative was cut off in the middle of telling his mom. He'll probably come back and talk about it. Yeah. It's probably a whole slew of people that been quieted and we don't even know about. No, 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 no. The other Area 51. Not that one in Nevada. That one ain't real. That ain't the real one. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let's see what else is going on. Okay, who's wrong? Oh, okay. Oh well, yeah. Every government has their own version of their CIA, their black ops, their yeah. Yeah. So okay, I'm trying to figure who is Ron Brown. Uh, Once I could think is vaguely familiar. I'm probably gonna look it up later. Okay, let's hope the bad ones stay away. Ah, read too many books. I got enough imagination. Oh, and yeah, yeah. One of these days we're gonna mess around with something we don't know nothing about and blow ourselves away. Yeah, they want to mess with space and theories, and they pollute. They're not doing anything to keep from polluting the planet. No, they just try to find things. They just try to make things adapt to the pollution. We have two suns. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But hey, you need to first start at home, fix up the mess at home before you start tampering around with other stuff. If you can't unpollute your waters, if you can't unpollute the ground where you grow your food and absorbing all that poison that you put on the ground, then hey, okay, great. Look is up. They say it's real. Okay, what keeps the the two suns? So we don't just have one sun; we have two of them. Okay. Hey, nothing is impossible. Mm. The question is, what are their interests in Earth? Are they experimenting on us? Um, is something that Earth has that they don't have on their own that they need? Well, she's almost 100 years old. But what about the photos from the space station? But then again, I guess it could be one behind the other. Conjoined suns. Well, I know there was a theory about there's a second Earth is directly opposite from us in the planetary movements, so we'll never see it because it's moving in time with us. So as we move around the sun, it's moving around the sun, and we on the same lines of movement. I guess because we're about the same size. There was that theory, and they go to the Grand Canyon to rest and chill, huh? Or what about the theory that the Grand Canyon was actually a ship crash landing and gorged out the canyon initially, and then as rain and erosion took place, the canyon became as big as it is. Or the Marinara Trench. There's a whole nother world um in the Marinara Trench. We just can't get deep enough to find it. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name, but you know that trench in Asia, that area. Uh, let's see, what else? Uh, that there's a bunch of civilizations that are under the earth because okay, the last super volcano opened up the cracks in earth, and cities have fallen in it to be closed up over afterwards. Okay, wait a minute. I don't know. Is that true? Wait. What about in what's was it? Is it South America? Somewhere where they have these. You can only see it mainly from space or from the air. These drawings, and they really aliens that crashed there, and they asking for help for traveling aliens. Help! Rescue me! So yeah, they have a USO underground underwear submarine objects in the Mariner and Hollow Earth too. I believe it's all underground. Damn, I think all throughout history things got buried or wiped out, or let's see. We already had a meteor strike Earth. Um, Let me see. Supposedly right where the Gulf is. Yeah, the Gulf wasn't just naturally formed. Meteor strike struck there, and that was the beginning of the end of the dinosaur era. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, a lot of ships failing into the trench. Wait a minute, a big chunk of rock left the Earth and became the moon is what made the Grand Canyon. Uh, wait. Okay, well I heard the one where when the Earth and the Moon were forming, at one point they were one, or they were kind of merging into one, but they separated. But the Earth wasn't solid; it was still, pretty much liquid, hot. Oh yeah, when people thought it was gonna hit. Yeah, yeah, because I don't care how big the Grand Canyon is, there's not enough of it missing, chunks of Earth missing in that space to make up the size of the moon. Yeah, I don't think I really worried about it. Let me see, how old was I? 15. I don't remember worrying too much about it. I didn't think it was gonna hit. I don't know why I didn't think it was gonna hit. Or was that another comment I'm thinking of? But then again, I was 15 or 14. I guess I didn't pay attention to too much stuff, or I was too exhausted from babysitting. Babysitting. Yeah. Nothing like having to take care of a bunch of kids make you not think about anything else. No, he's looking up something. Okay. Moon is one fourth the size of Earth. So you saying one fourth of the chunk of Earth? Well, wait a minute. If you okay, if you can combine the Grand Canyon with the Marinara Trench and a lot of section underwater, I guess we could say the most of it was to the moon. Yeah. Yeah. Um. And let's see, what was I reading? But that's okay. It would be one thing if the Grand Canyon lead all the way to the Marinara Trench. Now, no, I don't believe that. I'm not saying that the moon couldn't have came from Earth, but I don't think so. Uh, yeah, or the Earth birthed the moon, something like that. But I don't think that it was at the time when the Earth was solid forming or water forming. You know, when there was a big ball of fire. Okay, it says a portal left over from Atlanta to replace. Uh huh. Okay, we got all these theories. Wait a minute, what's the portal left over? We talking about the Marinara Trench? Oh, we talking about the Grand Canyon. Well, they were the ultimate separatist group. They kept themselves as much separated as possible from other people. Oh, the Bermuda Triangle. Oh, okay. Well, it could explain why some people disappeared through the Bermuda Triangle and some people didn't. Some ships disappeared, some didn't. Some planes disappeared, some didn't. So, but they're supposed to be technologically advanced. So it's possible some of them escaped and blended in with the rest of the population of the world, or they died, or if you want to believe they did genetic manipulation, and that's where we get our mermaids and mermen from, even though we haven't seen them. But hey, if there was very separatists before Atlantis sunk into the ocean, what makes us say they ain't separatists? Why are they in the ocean? Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, disappeared around the area of the Bermuda Triangle. Wherever it sent them, they over there. Yeah, I'm curious to know what what the military picked up every time supposedly the Bermuda Triangle open up. They pick up certain frequencies and stuff like that. Radio frequency. Uh huh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. But they kept themselves separated from the rest of the world as possible.
Okay,
The,
Dane.
hmm.
Okay, I found the article. I couldn't find it. They got rid of the video, but the article I put in the chat in Discord. Go ahead and share it when you can.
Hmm.
I don't want you to read the whole thing. There's a specific area I want you to go to.
Okay.
Okay, let me know when you got it up.
All right.
Yeah, people, this man admitted to killing Bob Marley, and he said when the CIA asked him to do it, he didn't think nothing of it because he was a patriot at the time and that he didn't question the motives of the CIA, and he understood that sometimes sacrifices had to be made. And one of the reasons why he thinks that Bob Marley had to be assassinated because the CIA deemed him a threat to the U.S. Now, I don't know how a man who did nothing but made music that people love and spoke out against injustices in this country was somehow a threat to the United States. Now, that's kind of funny how this is supposed to be the land of the free, and we're supposed to be the police for the known world, and we're supposed to treat everyone equally according to what the flag says, freedom and justice for all and all of that. So if the man was speaking about justice, then why is he a threat to America? That makes no sense to me. I mean, how is he a threat? They said that Bob Marley was a threat to America. How? He's speaking out about injustices around the world, trying to give people who are being treated wrongly and being treated bad, trying to put a voice so that they can have a voice. So apparently, America doesn't believe in the shit that it's fucking putting out, right? Freedom and justice for all. Everyone is created equal and all that shit. So apparently they don't believe the shit that they fucking pushing out. They don't believe the shit that they shoveling. Seriously. How you call this man a threat? This man made beautiful music. People were in love with his music. He was a soft spoken man that spoke out about injustices. Never made a threat to anyone. Never said a bad, thing to threaten people. I'm confused as to how he's a threat. You know, and there's a part in here I want Dame to read. I want you. And the thing about this is, you have the evil is unprecedented, right? You're gonna sit up here and take a man's life that's doing nothing but good things, and you don't have no problem with it. You don't even you see how they can just totally disregard a person's life. And you got black people who want to lay down and have kids with these things. I mean, they just totally disregarded this man's life. But I want to read that. As soon as Dan get that article up, I want you to hear a piece. Something I want you to listen to. Thing about it was, he was shot too. Hassan. I didn't know he was shot. He was shot, or somebody shot at him. No, it doesn't. Evil doesn't take a day off. I mean, what kind of monster are you? Okay, Dan, you got it. What kind of monster are you? Well, I guess if you're a monster, it don't matter what kind, right? A monster is a monster. So what the hell am I talking about? What kind of monster are you? A monster is a fucking monster. You don't have to worry about what kind. That's a damn shame, man. People's lives are taken like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm doing the copyright that I'm going to read. This channel may contain content not authorized for use by its owner. However, according to Section 107 of the Copyright Act of the United States, the fair use of copyrighted work for purposes such as criticism, yeah, definitely, comment or news reporting, yeah, teaching, right, scholarship or research is not an infringement of copyright.
Okay, dokie.
All right. Okay. All right. Shocking reggae star Bob Marley assassinated by CIA claim ex.
Okay, I don't want you to go through all of that.
Okay.
I want you to scroll down. I want you to get to the part where he gave him a pair of sneakers, a pair of Chuck Taylors. I want you to get to that article. It's 2 or 3 paragraphs down. I want you to get to that part of the article. That's the only part that I'm interested in. I want you to hear what this devil said. I want y'all to hear what this monster said.
Okay. All right. Okay. According to the interview, he said, I didn't question the motivation of agency. I always understood that sometimes sacrifice had to be made for the good. Furthermore, according to conspiracy theorists, Oakley used fake press credentials to gain access to Marley at his Blue Mountain retreat.
Mm-hmm.
According to him, he introduced himself as a famous photographer from New York Times, proceeded to gift Marley a pair of Converse All Stars size 10. When
Uh-huh.
he tried on the right shoe, he screamed out, "Ouch!" Oxley said before
Oxley.
at Oakley said before adding that that was it. His life was over right there and then. The nail in the shoe was tainted with cancer virus and bacteria. If it
Okay,
pierced,
stop. When he gave Bob Marley a pair of Chuck Taylors that had a nail in it that was infected with cancer virus and other bacteria, which was designed to kill him quickly. And he said when he yelled out, ouch, he said that's it. He knew his life was over. That's what that monster said. Oh, got him. His life is over. Read that one more time, Dane.
when he tried the right shoe and screamed out, "Ouch!" Oakley said before adding that was it. His life was over right there and then.
Read a little bit more.
The nail in the shoe was tainted with cancer virus and bacteria. If it pierced his skin, which it did, it was a good night, nurse. Oakley said he kept close contact with Marley during the final years of his life, ensuring the medical advice he received in Paris, London, and the United States would hasten his demise rather than cure him. The last time I saw Bob before he died, he had removed the dreadlocks and his weight was dropping like a stone. He said, adding, he was very withdrawn, unbelievably small. He was shrinking in front of us. The cancer had done its job. Although widely dismissed as fiction, the account does tally with findings by UK scientists in 2014 who discovered the mysterious, I can't pronounce that, is a type of melanoma. The rare type of skin cancer that caused reggae music demise was in fact not caused by the sun. Not only that, Bob Marley's son Ziggy had previously implied that his father was killed.
Okay, that's enough.
Mhm.
And then the devil made sure. Understand how evil this person is. He made sure that the medical advice was bad advice and that it would hasten his demise. It would speed up his death. And listen to the anguish. He said Bob Marley actually got smaller. The cancer ate him up. So he suffered before he died. An agonizing death. And we have black people who want to lay down and have children with these people. I want y'all to think about that as we get ready to close out. I want y'all to think about that. That's the kind of people that you're laying down with. Dame, I also put a music video in the chat. I want you to pull that up and we're going to use that. Dame.
Yeah, the music video.
Yeah. We're going to use that to close out with. So get that ready. Get
All
that
right,
queued up and let me know when you got it.
all right, got it.
All right, y'all. We get ready to shut it down. Thanks for tuning in to Gangsta Talk. Ladies' Night coming up soon on Saturday at 6 p.m. I probably won't do another gangster talk until next week because we got a big one coming up. That's going to take 2 shows to do. We're going to surprise you about what it is. It might cause some controversy, but believe you me, we're going to be ready for the smoke. All right. So hopefully you enjoyed the podcast. Hopefully I said something to make you think. All right. See you guys on Ladies Night Saturday, and we'll probably be on Gangster Talk next week. All right. Peace, power, unity. All right, Dame, hit it. Let's get up out of here.
Peace, power, and unity, everybody.